Okay. We got good slope away from the house. This is the exterior. And we'll pick up a couple spares. This is the exterior. But we're between the homes. And this is level right in here. This swell is not performing well. I'm sinking down past the soles of my shoe in here. And again, new sod, prepped sod, lots of rain. I get that. But we're talking about drainage. We're not talking about swampage. So this is the south side of the home. It's a brick home. We have weep holes. Those are there by design. Okay? Homeownership 101. All roofs leak. All walls leak. We design them to shed water faster than they accept it. So, and then, brick is a great building material. It's fireproof. The house isn't. The house is wood. It'll burn. But the brick, you can reuse that. It's maintenance free unless you paint it, or you might need just a little bit of pointing every now and then from some movement. But one characteristic about brick is that it's porous and accepts a lot of water. So we have these things called weep holes. We have them here along the foundation perimeter and over the fenestrations, the windows and the doors, anywhere that has a metal lintel. And those are there by design. Some people think that's a hole in your brick, and it's not. It's not a hole in your brick. Coming on along, the foundation perimeter has got a parge coat on it. It's a parge coat, smooth. Right here you can see that it's a post-tension slab, that little circle. Okay, there's some cables running through there. Makes the foundation a lot more resilient, a lot stronger. And there's different types of post-tension. I don't know which type this is. It's a type of post-tension slab. When you have this much wall, we're in North Texas. This much wall, you're going to should have, and you do, some control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. But there's going to be some movement, just like the joints out in the street. They expect it to move. This controls the movement in an effort to control the movement to minimize the cracking, in the brick. And that's what those are for. Now, this sealant needs to be, you need to pay some attention to it every once in a while. I know nobody's going to spend a lot of time in the swamp. You're going to come in the front door of your beautiful home, enjoy your beautiful home, and enjoy your beautiful patio. You're going to spend a lot of time over here with the mosquitoes and the alligators, but you should come out here and check and make sure that your sealant isn't drying and pulling away from the wall. So just because we have weep holes doesn't mean we need a lot of leakage. That's not what it means. Gas enters the south side of the home. The home faces west. It's a tracer wire. That means nothing to you. That's for the gas company. The gas system is bonded at the water heater. So that's where the bonding is. That's the main shut off. Parallel is on. Perpendicular is off. Coming along. This is okay. You have a home team system. This is for cockroaches. Spiders eat the cockroaches, so it's for spiders. It's for ants. It's for a lot of different insects, nuisance insects, beetles, but that's not for termites. It's not for termites. Now, termites, they don't follow anybody's calendar, but they're not likely to show up in the first 7 years. But after a few years, maybe 5, maybe 7, but at least 7, you might have a full service pest control company come out here and take care of your stuff, because we got wood mulch next to the house. Termites love that. Termites love that. So we didn't do this. The water meter is over there. The main cleanouts are right there. And one thing we didn't do is we didn't check the water pressure in the upcoming water meter video. I wasn't really prepared. We're looking between 40 and 80. It's like 65 psi. 65 psi. And we've got here, let's see, lead free. That's good, because they do make faucets and stuff that aren't. So that's good to know. The water pressure really came in there. Bear with me. We're just getting started, so I hope you made some popcorn. There we go. Now Grampy can get it. Oh, there's our clean out. Termites, where they live, in the ground. Well, they eat dead wood. What's mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. So that's what that's about. Now these windows, remember, all walls leak, all roofs leak. Remember that? And the fenestrations. We should have kick out flashing right there, by the way. So these are weep holes, just like the weep holes down here for your windows. If you look inside the window, you'll see that it's designed so that any water that gets up in here finally gets on its way out. But inside these weep holes, you should have these little thing called weirs, little weir traps. And they're, I mean, you can buy a whole bag of them for 12 bucks. They're cheap. They're not even $1 a piece, I don't think. But what can happen is if the wind blows just right, hard enough from the right direction, it's possible that this house might play like a flute. It's happened before to me before. It's an event that I've actually witnessed. So that's something to take into consideration. Your weep holes do not have weirs. This is the front door into the house. We'll talk about that soon enough. We sure will. Electrical receptacle outlets and exterior locations should have in-use bubble covers. Now we're inside the portico here. We're inside the portico, so it's pretty well protected. But I'm just saying that if, for example, nice new home, first Christmas, you want Christmas lights out here, well, then that cover is going to be left in the open position. It's no longer going to be protecting it because it's not an in-use cover. So on the patio, I'm a little less concerned about it. On the front porch, portico. Remember I was talking about the sealant drying, shrinking, separating? We got a little bit on the lights here. So here we go. Here's our notes. Sealant on the wall sconces around the front portico. Actually at the southeast corner column. This is the garage car entry. We do not have to have weep holes over here because it's siding. It's not a brick product over the fenestration. So a weep hole is not required. Moving along, we're around the north side of the home now. Rain diverter, lawn sprinkler. Boxes are sealed. Refrigerant piping is sealed. Again, the windows. We don't need weeps over here. We should have a little bit of sealant right there. But our weeps. What window is this? Sealant on siding above the parent bedroom east window. And we're missing our weeps. I'll just keep going and going and going on that. I hate to harp on something that's so common. I guess both of the windows. I see this little pipe right here. That's for the HVAC. Okay, that's a safety pan, evaporator coil, safety pan, secondary emergency drain line. So if you look out your window and you see your home inspector, that's kind of creepy. But if you look out your window and you see water coming down from that pipe, you know that if that pipe gets clogged, it's going to come through your ceiling. That's your first warning. That's a shot across the bow, if you will. It tells you that you got a problem with your air conditioning system. You got to get the guy out here. This is your clothes dryer vent. Okay, and because it's so close, it's so low on the wall here, inside the clothes dryer connection, the vent connection, the label does not have to be filled out. So a lot of people get excited about that. I get it, you know, but no, it's only going a few feet, so that's not a requirement. The lawn sprinkler heads, they should not be closer to the structure than 12 inches. They shouldn't be closer to the structure than 12 inches. That's cutting it pretty close. Probably could measure it here. Why not? I'm a measurer. I'm a measurer. I like to measure stuff. If I can find it in my crowded pockets. It'd be nice if I just found one that's a lot closer, wouldn't it? So just, come on, bud. 2 inches. But no, it's only about 7 inches from the wall. It's supposed to be 12. It's supposed to be 12. What's in our weed pole over here? Just dirt. Okay. Wooden fence touching the house. Conducive to would destroy insects by design. And then right in here. So really, it's the northwest and southwest corners of the house where the grading and drainage is so piss poor. This one's, it was wetter earlier. We got a nice hot windy day, bright windy day. So this is drying out a little better than over there, I have to say. I also have to say that it's pretty darn level. In fact, I'll even take a picture of it. I'll put a level on it. That ought to settle everything. Okay. Coming up. See the shingles. See the drip edge. See the fascia. See the gap. Okay, so we got a gap. You think wind-blown rain can get in there? I do. That's what I think. Coming on along. Now you see this other vent? Alright, that's the fresh air induction vent for your house, so that you have a healthy house. If your house is too tight, then you get sick house syndrome. So we're supposed to get a little bit of fresh air coming through the system, and that's what that's for. In some parts of the country, they don't like to see screens on these. Alright, because it could freeze up in the wintertime, and then the furnace, the sensor won't let it run, and then you get cold because it's clogged up with ice. That doesn't happen here. What happens here? Can you hear it? Birds. Birds happen here. So most of our municipalities around here want to see screens on that. And we talked about it. You've already talked about the roof coming on along. Columns. I didn't notice the front columns. I should have. I'm going to go back and double check for these columns. This column. It may be the front. There it is. It's got a weed pole. Never mind. I was getting carried away. I already checked him. And that's it. What do we learn? We learned we got poor drainage on northeast and northwest corners of the home. That's what we learned. We learned that we got some loose fascia.